video, I will go over my $20,000 a month faceless YouTube channel desk setup. So what you guys see right now here is what runs my faceless YouTube automation channels, guys. Okay, it all runs from this setup that you see right here. I will get into, of course, my desk setup and this whole room and the lights and how everything gets done, right? So before I get into the desk setup, guys, I just want to set a quick disclaimer that it didn't start from this setup, okay, to begin with. In fact, I started off with a very cheap $250 second-hand computer, which my dad actually bought me when I was quite young. This was before everything started, right? I was a YouTuber back then, just making vlog content. That's basically how I started, right? No fancy desk setup, no MacBooks, no monitors, the just generic, simple second-hand computer, right? So with that and a dream of making money from YouTube without having to commute to work and all that, without even having to show my face, because of course I made all my money doing YouTube automation channels. It wasn't through my personal YouTube channel that you're watching right now, because this barely has 6,000 subscribers, 2,000, 1,000 views on an average video. So again, guys, every part of this setup that you see was made by my Faceless YouTube channels, which I've been running for quite a while now, which I built from absolute scratch without showing my face, without having to edit the videos myself. So again, guys, what you see here is basically where I work from. Okay, I do have employees, I do have team members, but it's all remote, right? I don't have an in-person fancy office building where I have these 10, 20 different people making the videos in person. It's all global. They work from Philippines to Western Europe to pretty much everywhere all around the world, right? So with that said, guys, starting off with our desk setup here, you will notice we have the Apple ecosystem here, just because I love how nice it is to work on the Apple devices. It's very convenient. Starting off with the MacBook Air 15-inch, which powers the whole setup here. So this one is Apple again, MacBook Air 15-inch. I think I got it in 2022 when it was the M2. So this is the M2 processor. And again, this is the base variant of Mac, right? Nothing crazy, because I'm not doing the heavy lifting tasks of video editing and all that, so it's not really a big deal for me. This one gets the job done. So we have the MacBook Air 15-inch, which is connected to this LG monitor. We have this 3 monitor setup. This one is the primary monitor where I'm usually getting the work done, and this one usually has the YouTube analytics dashboard, right, where I'm usually looking at the YouTube analytics and all that. And this one, of course, has the Discord screen where I'm looking at all the chats, the messages, of course I have the team members messaging me throughout the day, just asking questions, or my students inside the program, they are asking questions around their channels and I'm helping them out. So I just make sure I respond to everyone as quickly as possible. So I have this Discord screen always. Initially, this didn't really have the use case, because this is again an iPad, right? iPad Air, I think. iPad Air. And it was just lying around my desk. I just bought it initially to have stuff, to write stuff, to jot down. But then I just realized it's just way better when you have this physical notepad and a pen, right? Something that is always on your desk, as compared to writing it on an iPad. But now it has very nice use case of having a Discord screen, then this being the primary monitor. And when I really want to focus, lock in, get my work done, what I simply do is I dim out this screen right here, right? So as you can see, the MacBook, it just dims out and I'm just focusing on this one monitor. Now, which also brings me to the next part, which is the keyboard, the Apple Magic Keyboard. Very nice, convenient to type on, very nice keys. And then of course, not to forget, this Logitech MX Master 2S mouse. This has been a game changer, guys, for me in terms of the performance and productivity, because if you notice, it has so many different keys, 1, 2, and then this has the horizontal scroll, then this is key number 3, this one is 4, and then you have this infinity scroll. Of course, if you just focus, it just never stops, right? The infinity scroll. So, and this has this cool app through which you can set a bunch of gestures. You press a button, move left, right, up, down. Each key basically has 4 functions, right? 4 different movements that you can set. So all in all, if you just count the numbers, 1, 2, 3, I think this has 20 something combinations of gestures that you can set. And then of course, when I'm really trying to sit down and focus, get my work done, that's where this Sony XM5 headphones come in. Absolutely awesome in terms of when you want to truly lock in and get your work done. Has amazing noise cancellation features. Yeah, and then of course you have this complete setup in terms of this microphone. I think when I started out I had this Moana's some basic condenser microphone which was like $30, and then I guess ever since upgraded to this Shure. This one's I think Shure MV7 Plus. Absolutely great microphone, has amazing crisp and clear audio, and yeah, that way I'm just able to make better content for you guys. This is just for the personal channel, guys. Like, this has nothing to do with the YouTube automation channels because it's all remote. The team does the job. I don't have to record the videos and have this mic or the camera and all that. This is just for the personal channel. One thing this reminds me of is, guys, you won't believe me, there was once a time when having a MacBook was truly a big deal for me, right? Like, just the idea of having a MacBook was so exciting. I remember having my LinkedIn profile back in the day, right? This was I think 5 years ago, when I set my initial LinkedIn profile's cover photo, which you said one of those, as this MacBook's keyboard thing, right? So like this whole thing that you see right here, this exact same color, right? I think I have this keyboard shade on the screen. So you'll see this exact image was basically my LinkedIn's cover photo. And then one fine day when I got this MacBook on this exact same color and I opened my LinkedIn, it's like basically I have the same thing, right? It's like I opened the LinkedIn profile and it has the same keyboard cover as this one. That was a very full circle moment, as in I manifested having this exact same laptop and in this exact same color, and it happened to be true one day. But again, guys, just to show you guys where it started, as I said, I had a $250 second-hand computer back then, and then I initially had an awesome upgrade, which was this HP laptop. This HP laptop, which costed me about $500 back then. And this one is pretty good laptop. It has 16 GB RAM, i5 processor, which was good enough for me to get my editing work done. But funny thing, I had my Adobe Premiere Pro crashing when I was editing my videos. But then I had this upgrade of 16 GB RAM, i5 and graphics and all that, and Premiere Pro still kept crashing. So I had to get another upgrade of 8 GB RAM, which made it 24 gigs something. And then finally the issue was resolved and I had videos being edited. But hard times, guys. But this one really got me through. This was my initial laptop with which I started. But yeah. With that said, guys, if you want, I can pop up a quick before and after desk setup picture in case just you guys want to compare then versus now. And now, this is the desk, guys, which runs the global business from India to Philippines to everybody that works on the team. This is where everything gets controlled from. But to be honest, I don't need this fancy office, right? I don't need this fancy desk. It's nice to have a good desk and the chair and all that to get the work done, but it's not necessary, right? Because this is not what I started with. Now again, talking about the desk, if I show you my gaming chair, this one has quite a story, right? This is a gaming chair which I've been wanting to get for such a long time at this point. Probably 3-4 years, I would say. Because initially when I wanted this gaming chair, back then I was in India and of course I didn't get it. But then I moved to Canada for 2 years straight. And I couldn't get the chair there because I was just constantly moving places. It was an absolute hassle. But then I got here, I was like, okay, I have these channels doing $20,000-$25,000 a month. I need to get $50,000, $100,000 a month YouTube automation channels. For that, I need to lock in. I need something where I can sit down, just focus, get the work done. And so I just pulled the trigger and bought this amazing chair. Definitely great investment, absolutely comfortable. Would recommend anybody to get this chair because you can just sit down, just lock in, focus, very comfortable, and in fact it goes back, right? If I just pull one of these, it just goes all the way back, right? So it just goes back, and not just that, it has more stuff. If I pull this out, okay, I definitely do not use this, right? But it has it, so you can pull it up like that and pretty much lay down, in fact even sleep in your gaming chair. So this one's it's such an awesome chair. It's been one of my dream chairs. But again, of course, you can't be sitting down all day when you're working 12-hour days. If you're someone like me, guys, then the thing is, when you're running YouTube automation channels, you don't need to spend that much time, right? You have your team doing the work 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours on a daily basis. you got your work done. But if you are trying to build more stuff, you are trying to build a personal brand, you're putting out content, and you are looking into much more stuff, that's when you need to lock in more, right? You need to have much better desk setup. And which brings me to this nice standing desk, right? Just so I don't get fat sitting all day, I make sure I stand up, right, throughout my day, because if not, the Apple Watch keeps telling me, hey, you need to stand up, you're being too lazy. So I just stand up, and pretty much, as you can see, this brings me to the perfect height, or what do you call it, the 90 degrees, like, you know, the perfect 90 degrees where it's at the standing height. In fact, this goes even higher. If I press 3, it can go like, you know, all the way to the top, which is overkill for me. So I just stand here, perfect 90 degrees angle, right, and just stand up, get my work done, focus. Apart from that, guys, you also see the studio lights here, right? If I just turn it on, you have the studio light, and of course you have the microphone which comes up like this. And yeah, this is how I get my work done, right? This is how I record the videos. Yeah, usually, like, you know, I'm just sitting down, I'm recording these videos, and you see that background over there. So that's basically how it is, guys. And last thing that you see on the setup is, of course, the nice flowers, right? Helps you stay calm, have your peace of mind. So so it's nice to have these flowers. And of course, on the desk, the other things that I missed is, of course, I showed you the Sony XM5s, and then you also have the AirPods Pro, which actually don't belong to me. These are my dad's, but I thought I might as well also have them on the desk, right? So we have the AirPods Pro here. What else do we have? And of course, you have my water bottle, right? You have my water bottle where I hydrate. Make sure you are hydrated, guys. Drink water. And of course, as you can see, this nice little place where I have hanged my headphone case, headphone cover. So yeah, and now let's go further than that, right? Let's get over our desk and talk about some other stuff. First of all, here you can see the RGB long bars. Why do I have this? It's just nice, like, you know, makes the room look a bit more attractive, makes the office look a bit more nice, you know, has a nice feel. And the reason why I have red on that is because I think I followed Iman Ghazi back in the day, and he would, like, you know, share this idea of having red lights, and red having the lowest light spectrum. And if you have red lights, like, you know, during the evening, from the evenings till the time you go to sleep, it's like the lowest light spectrum and helps you fall asleep faster, better, you just get good quality sleep. So I just have the red lights, as you can see, and also wear the blue light blockers. I think perfect transition here. Again, because Iman Ghazi introduced it to me. It's nice to wear blue light blockers. These are not like power glasses, these are just blue light blockers which eliminate this blue lights that you get from the screens, and basically protects your eyes, and it's good. You should try it, like, you know, you should also get one of these. So with that said, guys, and if you come on here, you see this workout mat, yoga mat as they call it. I just like to have it here, so I know I need to get my push-ups done, right? I'm trying, guys, I'm trying to get more fit. Like, you know, this is one of my goals, to have more abs and stuff. So I plan on starting to work out soon, hopefully. And of course, that's why I have this thing, like, I just do some push-ups over here, and I also have few dumbbells which I'll show here in a minute. But here, for timing, you can see this is the bed, this is where I sleep. You have the pillows, and then this is the book that I'm reading right now, right? It's called The 38 Letters from John D. Rockefeller to His Son. Very nice book, recommended. You should read. So yeah, if you come on here, come on in. If you come here, you of course have the closet, which you will not get into for obvious reasons. It just has clothes and whatnot. And then of course on this side you have the washroom, and yeah, of course you have the washroom, the switches, and then here you have the dumbbells, right? So I just like to store my dumbbells here. Of course I bring them out when I need to work out. And this is of course like just 5 kgs, guys, because I'm not really working out like crazy. I just make sure I lift some weights, right? So I'm not being a wasteman, complete wasteman. So yeah, guys, that's basically the desk and the setup. And of course, I think I forgot to show you the tripod up here, right? Tripod is where I mount the camera and everything. And if I just make the desk go down, one last thing to show here would be the goal, right? I would highly encourage you guys to stick a poster of whatever your goal is with your YouTube automation channels or whatever you're doing, just to make sure it's always in front of you and you're always reminded of what you're working for. which is also why I have one of these posters over here, right? Build $50,000 a month YouTube automation channel. So when I'm sitting down working, I just always see, right? Okay, this is the goal. I need to get that done, right? And of course, when I hit that, will be next goal, a bigger one, a bigger one. So it just keeps going. And of course, the other two things, I don't know if it's like productivity, just to make sure I'm clean, right? Hand sanitizer. And this one is basically just the gum, right? Sometimes if you just bored, just chew a gum. So I just have that over there. So and yeah, I guess that's pretty much the tour. This is basically how the room, like this is how the office looks. Now if you want, you can also go outside, show you a bit of what it looks like, because of course I will not show the road and everything. I just show you quickly what it looks like. When I'm absolutely tired and I don't know what I need to do, I just simply open this room, open the door, and I just come on here and sit down. Right? This is the couch area. I just sit down and I basically grab my phone. When I'm really tired, I just fall asleep, right? I just sit down, fall asleep, or just scroll randomly on social media, right, on Twitter, to make sure I'm following up with all of the news that's going on in the world. So guys, with that said, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you liked the setup and the tour. See you in the next one. Bye.